There's 5 million in here. Take your kid and get out.
I just time traveled here. I'm still a bit disoriented. But my son Xing snaps the card right away. He puts it back in her hand. His voice was soft like a little kid, but every word was clear.
My dad said, break up cleanly. We don't need your alimony.
Ah, then he turned around, hugged my thigh, and winked at me.
Dad, let's go quick. I've already picked out 3 pretty aunties at kindergarten. They're super gentle and tell great stories. Way better than this ice queen.
Looking at Lung Ruobing's icy face that instantly cracked, I held my son and laughed harder than I ever had before. Looks like this breakup isn't actually my regretful downfall. I held my son Xing and walked out of that oppressive villa. The door behind me slammed shut, cutting off an entire old world. The air even smells like freedom. Xing nuzzled in my arms and whispered,
Dad, we're finally out.
I patted his back. Yeah, we're out. The original host's memories are a mess. He drank, gambled, and never amounted to anything. The only good thing he ever did was have this son of mine. Between the two of us, we only have 321 yuan and 50 cents in cash total. This is the dignity Lung Ruobing gave us. We rented a tiny single room in the old town. The wall paint is yellowed, but the window is big enough for sunlight to stream right in. Instead, he rolled around excitedly on the small bed.
Dad, this is our secret base. No one will boss us around anymore, right?
My heart ached. What kind of life had this poor kid lived before? That's right, for now on Dad calls the shots. I put down our luggage and started planning for the future. I've been a living son-in-law for 3 years. The original host lived like a dog and ended up getting kicked to the curb. But I'm not him. I'm Shenlang, who used to run a Michelin 3-star kitchen in my past life. The level of cuisine in this world is basically elementary school level. I look out the window. There's a small square right downstairs. It gets busy with people coming and going at night. A thought popped in my head. Set up a street food stall. I said to Xing, who was still rolling on the bed, Son, do you want to eat delicious food every single day?
Yes.
Then we'll sell good food and make all the other kids drool with envy.
Great. We'll make tons and tons of money. Then you can marry the most gentle and prettiest sister in the whole world as your wife.
Kids say the darndest things, but still made me laugh. All right, that's the plan. I decided to start with the simplest, yet most skill testing dish, char siu rice. I even came up with a name for it. I'll call it nostalgic char siu rice. I'll use tricycle and basic cooking tools, and picked a spot right at the bottom of a nearby office building. The late night of a corporate drone craves a bowl of warm food for comfort. As night fell, I parked my tricycle and lit that dim little lamp. Char siu sizzled on the iron griddle. The sweet aroma of honey sauce mixed with a meaty fragrance instantly wafted out. Meanwhile, in that icy mansion, Lung Ruobing stood before the huge floor-to-ceiling window. She watched our departing backs on the surveillance feed. An assistant reported in a low voice beside her.
Boss Ling, they rented a very shabby house in the urban village.
Lung Ruobing held a wine glass. Oof.
Within 3 days, that useless man will come crawling back. With the child, begging on his knees. Humph.
Half an hour into setting up, no customers. The corporate drones hurried past. They cast a glance at the unfamiliar stall, then continued on their way. I wasn't in a hurry, focusing on controlling the heat. Xing was even more patient than I was. He brought a small stool and sat beside me, his little legs swinging. Finally, a girl with a messy bun, her face etched with exhaustion, stopped. The aroma had hooked her. Ah.
Boss, what is this?
Soul-stirring rice, 30 a portion. The girl hesitated. $30 for fried rice with egg is a bit pricey. I directly scooped half a bowl and handed it over. Try it. If it's not good, it's on the house. The rice grains were distinct, coated in golden egg. The char siu, the perfect fattening ratio, melted in mouth. The sweet and savory sauce exploded on the tongue. Her chewing stopped, an expression of disbelief on her face. Xing immediately jumped down from the stool, ran to the girl's side, lifting his little face.
Sister, my dad's cooking is the best in the universe, right?
The girl snapped back to reality and nodded emphatically.
Delicious, so delicious.
Xing, like a little adult, patted his chest.
If you come every day, I'll give you a loving hug every day, okay?
The girl was instantly charmed, pulling out her phone for a photo frenzy.
No way, I have to post this. What kind of heavenly food stall is this?
She bought 2 portions on the spot, one to eat, one to take away. Before leaving, Xing indeed opened his arms wide and gave her a big hug.
Bye-bye, sister.
With the first customer came the second, the third. The aroma in the girl's social media post became the best advertisement. Soon, a line formed in front of my little stall. Xing completely let himself go. He became my PR manager. He set a ridiculous rule.
Only pretty ladies get hugs. Uncles just buy food. No touching me.
Ha ha. A burly guy didn't believe it and tried to tease him.
Little buddy, Uncle will buy an extra portion. Give Uncle a hug too, huh?
No way, you look too old. You'll scare me.
The crowd roared with laughter. The big guy laughed too, rubbing his nose. The line grew longer and longer. Half came for food, half came to watch this. Social Terror's brilliant performance. Not long after, an influencer holding a selfie stick squeezed through.
Hey everyone, today we're checking out a place. They say the owner is super handsome. And it's not super cute.
Before she could finish, Xing pointed at her.
Auntie, your beauty filter is too strong. You don't look as good in person.
The influencer's face turned green. The live chat exploded instantly. Ha ha. Kids say the darndest things. This kid gets live streaming. Quick, let me see this brutally honest cutie. The influencer was smart too and played along. She aimed the camera at Xing.
Sweetie, do you think the sisters in the live chat are pretty?
Shunxing flashed a brilliant smile at the camera.
Pretty. My dad is single and available. Recruiting a new wife online. Requirements: pretty, gentle, can cook. Ice queen types like my ex-mom are the first to be rejected.
The live chat went completely crazy. 5-year-old helps dad find love online. Shot to the top of local trending like a rocket. Watching my son, thriving among beautiful women. Spinning gold left and right, I was both annoyed and amused. This kid is really something. By the end of the day, sales broke 4,000. After closing, I took him to buy his favorite Ultraman cards. He held the cards, but didn't open them, tucking them into his pocket like a treasure. I thought he was keeping them for himself. But the next day, that girl with the bun came again. She became our #1 fan. Shunxing mysteriously pulled her aside. Hey.
Wenya, this is for you. You were the first to buy my dad's food yesterday.
The girl's name was Wenya, a nurse. She was flattered, waving her hands repeatedly. But Shunxing put on a serious little face.
My dad says we should repay kindness. Take it. You have to come every day from now on.
Watching the scene, my heart felt warm. This kid is better with people than I am. The power of trending was huge. The next day, my little stall was completely swarmed, and Lung Robbing finally couldn't sit still any longer. Her assistant, trembling, reported to her with a tablet.
President Ling. It seems Mr. Shin and the little young master have gone viral online. They say Mr. Shin's stall is doing incredibly well. Not the least bit down and out.
Lung Robbing scrolled through the screen, seeing that glaring topic. Seeing Shun Lang surrounded by a group of young girls. Seeing Shunxing laughing brightly in someone else's arms. She clenched her phone. Down and out. This is down and out. This is clearly living up, carefree and happy. She thought they'd come back crying, begging her. Instead, they turned around and started a whole new life. And even dared to publicly look for her replacement online. A wave of nameless fury shot to the top of her head. She grabbed her car keys.
Get the car ready.
The black Maybach parked at the greasy corner of the food street, like a beast that had strayed into a slum. Lung Robbing, in a custom-tailored suit, stepped out of the car in 10-centimeter heels. Her powerful aura instantly silenced the surroundings. She had imagined countless reunion scenes. Shin Lang would be shocked, flustered, humble upon seeing her. But there was nothing, just a faint glance from me during a lull in stir-frying. Then I went right back to being busy. As if she were just an inconsequential passerby. This feeling of being utterly ignored instantly turned Lung Robbing's face ashen. She couldn't accept it. She was the one in control. Shunxing, however, spotted her right away. He immediately broke free from Wenya's embrace. Like a little leopard guarding its food, he rushed in front of me, spreading his arms wide.
Danger. No one gets within 3 meters of my dad.
His childish voice was full of hostility. Lung Robbing trembled with anger. Shunxing.
Come here. I am your mother.
Her voice was sharp, losing its usual composure. Shunxing knocked over. He turned around and shouted with all his might fingers. Everyone looked closely.
This is that bad woman who abandoned her husband and child. She sees our business is good and wants to ruin it again. My dad works from dawn to dusk to raise me. What right does she have to bully us?
The crowd instantly erupted. So that's the dad from the hot search. My God, the ex-wife is so beautiful. How could her heart be so cruel? Think you're so great with your fancy car? Just because you're rich, you can bully people? Murmurs and accusations pierced through Lung Robbing like countless needles. She had never suffered such humiliation. Standing at the center of the crowd, she felt like a clown being publicly shamed. I never even looked at her. I just handed a steaming bowl of heartbreak rice to Wenya, my voice just loud enough for her to hear. Try it. I added extra honey today. That gentle tone was something she had never received. Lung Robbing finally broke down. Shin Lang's mocking smile. She fled back to her car in utter disgrace, gripping the steering wheel, veins bulging on the back of her hand. She couldn't understand how things had come to this. In the car, Lung Robbing spoke into the phone, her words cold and deliberate.
Make his stall disappear. Now.
Her voice held no warmth, only icy ruthlessness. She wouldn't allow Shun Lang this victory, and she absolutely would not allow Shunxing to call another woman mom. The next day, just as I sat in my stall, a team of city inspectors swarmed over, looking fierce. The lead officer glared sternly.
We've received complaints. You're operating without a license. Failing hygiene standards. We're shutting you down.
The surrounding customers and vendors were stunned, but I wasn't surprised at all. This was exactly Lung Robbing style. Calmly wiping my hands, I reached into a small, hidden compartment on my tricycle and pulled out a stack of documents. Here's my business license, my health certificate, my food service permit. All ingredients are bought fresh daily from licensed markets. Receipts are all here. I laid out every certificate and receipt before them. It was more complete than any roadside stall. The inspector was speechless. In all his years, he'd never seen a mobile vendor with such complete paperwork. My regulars snapped out of it and crowded around.
On what grounds are you shutting him down?
Shun runs the cleanest business.
We eat here every day, never had a problem. This father and son rely on this to eat. You're cutting off their livelihood.
When you push through, shielding me.
You can't do this. You need proof.
Seeing the situation, Shunxing immediately switched to Oscar-winning mode.
Uncles, please don't arrest my dad. If you take our stall away, we'll have to sleep under a bridge and beg for food. I don't want to be a little beggar.
He's crying his heart out. It's truly heartbreaking to hear and see. I sighed at the right moment, looking helplessly at the crowd. What can I do? I offended my wealthy and powerful ex-wife. She lives in a mansion drives a Maybach, and can't stand to see my son, and I have a single good day. That one sentence instantly ignited everyone's anger. All blame was suddenly directed at city inspectors.
So it's officials and businessmen colluding to bully ordinary people.
You're just lapdogs for the rich.
We're filming this and posting it online. Let everyone see your true colors.
The head inspector was sweating bullets. He just took a call from above to go through the motions. He never expected to stir up a hornet's nest. If this really gets posted online, he'll have to take off his uniform.
It's all a misunderstanding.
He tried to calm the crowd while giving me a meaningful look. In the end, he could only lead his team away in disgrace. Inside the distant Maybach, Lung Ruobing watched this farce through binoculars. She was trembling with rage. For the first time, she realized that the power and wealth she was so proud of were utterly useless against these ordinary folks. Soon, busybodies filmed the incident and posted it online. The headline was sensational and provocative. Ex-wife uses connections to crush ex-husband's food stall. Gets publicly shamed by outraged citizens. In the video, my composure. Shenxing's acting. There's a sharp contrast between the righteousness of the masses and the embarrassment of the urban management. My persona as the abandoned, devoted husband. The stall's business became even more booming than before. Many people came from other districts, not just to eat, but specifically to support me, and take a dig at that heartless ex-wife. Lung Ruobing lost on all fronts. 2 consecutive defeats plunged Lung Ruobing into deep self-doubt. She began to reflect. Why did that man, once hopeless like mud on a wall, seem completely reborn after leaving her? She had her assistant investigate everything about Shun Lang since he was kicked out. Bank records, social media, spending habits. The findings shocked her. The old Shun Lang spent his money either at bars or in casinos. But the current Shun Lang, besides buying groceries and kitchenware, he was buying toys and snacks for Shenxing. He quit drinking and gambling like a changed man. Lung Ruobing couldn't understand it. She returned to the old mansion, full of doubts. The Ling family's patriarch, Shenxing's great-grandfather, had always doted on his great-grandson. At the table, the old man looked at his troubled granddaughter, sighed, and said, Ruobing, is there some misunderstanding between you and Xiaolang? Lung Ruobing gripped her chopsticks, silent. The old man had the butler bring a document envelope. Take a look at this. Lung Ruobing opened it. Inside was a detailed investigation report and several high-definition photos. The photos showed Shun Lang and a glamorous woman tussling at a hotel entrance. This very photo became the final straw that broke their marriage. At the time, seeing it, she was furious, refusing to hear any explanation from Shun Lang, sentencing him immediately. The report clearly showed this photo was AI synthesized by her business rival, Zhao Tianyu, using AI technology. The woman was sent by Zhao Tianyu. Shun Lang was framed from start to finish. Holding those photos, Lung Ruobing's hands trembled violently. She was wrong. She had pushed her own husband away, nailed him to the pillar of shame. She thought her son, Shenxing, who used to hide the sight of Shun Lang, like a mouse seeing a cat. But now, he protects him like a little guardian. Overwhelming guilt washed over her for the first time. She wanted to make amends, but didn't know how. She was used to solving problems with money, so she anonymously ordered a top-tier mobile food truck worth 6 figures, delivered directly to my stall, fully equipped, brand new and dazzling, a stark contrast to my old tricycle. The delivery person said a lady sent it, wishing to remain anonymous. I looked at the truck and smiled. I turned and posted a message in our customer group chat to thank everyone for your ongoing support. We're holding a raffle today. Prize, 1 brand new luxury food truck. Rules, entry with today's receipt. I gave the truck away as a perk, just like that. And there was a note with it, saying, no reward without merit, especially something of unknown origin. It's unsettling to use. Meanwhile, Lung Ruobing's assistant showed her a screenshot of the group chat. She stared at Shun Lang's words, something of unknown origin, feeling another sharp stab in her chest. It was then she sadly realized she knew nothing about Shun Lang. That luxury food truck was eventually won by Wanya. Of course, she couldn't keep it. In the end, we decided to sell it and donated the money to an orphanage. After this, Wanya and I grew closer. She often came to help at my stall after work. Unlike Lung Ruobing, who never lifted a finger, she'd wash vegetables, pour water for customers in line, and make refreshing, tasty lemon tea. Shenxing was completely won over by her. He stopped calling her Sister Wanya and started calling her Mommy Wanya instead. One day, Lung Ruobing showed up again. This time, she'd swapped her tailored suit for casual clothes, even going makeup-free. She stood at the back of the line for takoyaki, like any regular customer. When her turn came, she lowered her head, her voice a bit strained. 1 heartbreak rice, please. I was about to serve her when Shenxing grabbed Wanya's hand and dashed over, looking up at me. His voice was clear and bright. Daddy, look. Mommy Wanya is helping us again today. Mommy Wanya's lemonade is the best in the whole world. The words Mommy Wanya froze Lung Ruobing in place. Wanya's face flushed instantly. Don't call me that, sweetie. But Shenxing clung to her leg, even shooting a defiant glance at Lung Ruobing. I don't care, you're Mommy Wanya. You're a million times better than someone who only drinks ice water and doesn't even know when her own son is sick. Kids say the darndest things, but his words cut deep. Lung Ruobing's face turned deathly pale. I ignored the tension between them, just smiling and patting Shenxing's head. Then, I naturally took a cup of lemonade from Wanya. Thanks, you're the best. My gaze was tender, my tone affectionate. Lung Ruobing watched it all, taking it in. She stood there, watching the 3 of us. Me, Wanya, and her son. The whole scene was so warm and happy, just like a real happy family of 3. And she, on the other hand, was the outcast who didn't belong there at all. A bitter, angry feeling surged violently in her chest. It was jealousy. She clenched her fist tight, her nails digging deep into her palm. Her thought of going to buy food vanished completely. She didn't say a single word, turned around and walked away, her back flustered and defeated. Back at that empty villa, she locked herself in her office. For the first time in her life, she canceled all her meetings scheduled for that night. Sat alone, crying in the dark all night long. She couldn't understand. She was clearly Shunxing's real mother. Why did he call another woman mom? What confused her even more was, why when she saw Shunlang smile at another woman, her heart hurt so bad. Long decided to take matters in her own hands. She searched online the whole night for 100 tricks to win your ex back. The very next day, she started her clumsy attempts. Trick 1. Send flowers. A delivery truck pulled up to the entrance of a snack street. Several floor staff carried out 999 blooming bright red roses and piled them right in front of my stall. It was quite a spectacular sight. It drew a huge crowd of onlookers. There was a card that read, Shunlang, can we start over? From Lung Ruobing. It was dramatic. She made sure everyone knew what was going on. I picked up my megaphone and yelled to the crowd. My ex-wife sent flowers to ask for getting back together. I don't deserve this honor. Today, any female customer who comes to my stall gets 1 free rose. Everyone gets 1. In an instant, the female customers cheered and swarmed over, and split up that whole pile of roses in no time. Lung Ruobing was sitting in her car not far away. Her face was completely dark. Trick 2. Book the whole stall. She sent her assistant over, who threw out a check.
Our President Ling wants to book your entire stall for today, the assistant said. She asks you to cook a meal just for her.
I pushed the check right back. I only sell my food to people who really want to eat it. I don't sell to people who try to buy me with money. If you want to eat, queue up like everyone else. The assistant was rejected and left feeling embarrassed. Trick 3. Create a chance encounter. She started showing up at my stall every day, wearing an out-of-place haute couture suit and high heels. She wanted to help out, to get closer to me. But in the end, she either knocked over my secret recipe soy sauce, or almost slipped on the greasy floor in her high heels. And I had to reach out to catch her. Shunxing gave her a nickname, called Troublemaker. He even hand-drew a Troublemaker observation diary, and taped it to my tricycle. Troublemaker knocked over the soy sauce. Dad's face went dark. On Tuesday, Troublemaker almost fell down. Dad caught him, how dumb. Troublemaker tried to cut onions. Got teary-eyed from the fumes. Cries even more than I do. This diary became the newest running joke on the snack street. Every day when people come to eat, they first go over to check if there's any new update to the diary. Lung Ruobing's skin thickness got a huge boost through all these public humiliations. She would try to suck up to Shunxing. She bought the newest Lego set and the most expensive remote control car. After Shunxing received them, right in front of her, he turned right around and gave them to the neighbor's kid.
This low-effort trash. I stopped playing with these when I was 3.
And she tried to read Shunxing a bedtime story, trying to get back that feeling of being a mother. But in the end, she sat by Shunxing's bed, picked up the storybook, opened her mouth, and read.
The company's Q3 financial report shows a 15% year-on-year growth.
Shunxing was dozing off through the whole thing, and finally just fell asleep hugging the little bear doll Wenya gave him. I watched this woman who once held her head so high, for my son and me, clumsily doing one dumb thing after another. I didn't feel any pleasure from revenge, just this absurd, ridiculous feeling. That night, she was clumsily washing vegetables again. Probably been standing too long in those high heels. She stumbled. She lost her grip on the kitchen knife in her hand, and it came straight down toward her own finger. My heart jumped. I lunged out on instinct and grabbed her wrist. The warm, thin knife clattered to the ground. We both froze. This was the first time since our divorce. We'd been this close, physically. I could smell the clean, cool perfume on her, mixed with a faint trace of cooking fume you could barely pick up. The atmosphere went still for a moment. Our relationship, after that accidental contact, softened just a little in a subtle way. Lung Ruobing stopped running around like a headless chicken. She just quietly comes to help at my stall every day now. Does what she can, things that won't cause trouble, like packing orders for customers or wiping down tables. She's still clumsy, sure, but at least she hasn't caused any big disasters lately. I thought things would just stay calm like this, until Zhao Tianyu showed up. Zhao Tianyu is Lung Ruobing's business arch-nemesis, the very person who forged photos to frame me back then. He somehow heard about Lung Ruobing chasing after a street vendor, feeling utterly humiliated, a loser he had under his thumb, a man Lung Ruobing tossed aside like trash. How could he still catch her eye? He was seething with jealousy. He decided to destroy me completely. That day, a man in a baseball cap and mask came to my stall and ordered a meal. He took 2 bites, then jumped up with a yelp, slamming the bowl to the ground.
Hey! Damn it! There's a cockroach in your food.
He yelled, pointing at the mess on the floor. Sure enough, a dead black cockroach lay there. The surrounding customers erupted. The man wouldn't let it go, pulling out his phone to film me. Unscrupulous vendor. I'm exposing you. Everyone look. A cockroach in the food from a viral shop. The video quickly spread online. Public opinion instantly flipped. The lovesick man everyone pitied yesterday, overnight became a filthy, disgusting, and scrupulous vendor. The health department's phone lines were jammed. Soon my stall was sealed shut. Ordered to cease operations for rectification. Facing all this, I was unusually calm. I knew Zhao Tianyu had made his move. Looking at that white seal, Shunxing cried for the first time. Not because the business was gone, but because she felt I was wronged. She hugged my leg, crying uncontrollably.
Daddy, they're bad people. Your food is the cleanest, Daddy. Are we going to have to beg for food again?
No, Daddy won't let anyone bully us. When you're rushed over immediately. She asked nothing, just firmly said.
Shin Lang, I believe you.
Meanwhile, Lung Ruobing saw the news, and almost instantly concluded. This was Zhao Tianyu's doing. A wave of immense fury burned in her chest. Bully her, she could endure. But bully her people? She wouldn't let a single one get away. She directly dialed Zhao Tianyu's number.
Was it you?
Yes, President Ling surprised? Shocked? I just wanted you to see what kind of trash you hold in your heart. Just a disgusting bug I can crush with my bare hands. Leng Ruobing, I advise you to stay away from him. Or next time, the cockroach won't just end up in the rice.
A blatant threat. After Leng Ruobing hung up the phone, her whole body was shaking, but she didn't come to me to explain, nor did she argue with anyone online. She went back to the company, gathered all the core executives, and gave an order.
Activate all backup plans. I want Tianyu Group to be gone from this city within 3 days.
Zhao Tianyu thought he had won. He was waiting to see me ruined and disgraced, waiting for Leng Ruobing to bow her head to him. But he miscalculated 2 things. First, I'm not the spineless loser I was 3 years ago. Second, he pissed off a truly crazy woman. On my 3-wheel cart, I already installed a 360-degree hidden pinhole camera with 0 blind spots. I had it ready on my very first day vending. Just for this kind of trick. I got the whole thing on tape from that guy waiting in line to order, sneaking the cockroach into the bowl himself, to causing a huge scene in my stall. Every single step is crystal clear on tape. I didn't call the police. Calling the police is too slow. I'm gonna do this the most efficient way. Turn the tide of public opinion completely around. I contacted that internet influencer I worked with before. That same night, I went live to tell the whole truth. In a live stream, I didn't play the victim or yell and scream. First, I show my food prep area, which meets the back of house standards of 5-star hotel. All ingredients are wrapped in plastic wrap, stored in separate zones. Raw and cooked are properly separated. Then, I played that complete surveillance footage. The evidence is ironclad. The whole process of this frame-up was seen clearly by millions of netizens. The barrage in the live broadcast room went from questioning to shock to anger. Holy crap, this is a blatant frame-up. That's disgusting. This guy must be doxxed. We support the boss in defending his rights. Public opinion flipped in an instant, and right when I started the live stream, a financial attack targeting Tianyu Group quietly kicked off. Leng Ruobing mobilized all the resources and connections of the Ling Group. She accurately found evidence that Tianyu Group cooked their books and evaded taxes, and directly submitted it to the regulatory authorities. She joined forces with several capital firms in the stock market to violently short Tianyu Group's stock. Overnight, Tianyu Group's stock plummeted, teetering on the brink of collapse. The next morning, tax and economic crime investigators sealed off the entrance to Tianyu Group. Zhao Tianyu was taken away for questioning. He was overwhelmed, facing threats from all sides. He had no time to bother with me anymore. My food stall was unsealed and reopened. On reopening day, the crowd was twice as large as before. Many weren't there to eat. They came just to tell me.
Hang in there, boss.
Watching my bustling stall again, I knew deep down, Leng Ruobing had a hand in this. A silent understanding grew between us. She watched from an inconspicuous black car at the street corner, gazing at my confident smile from afar, and a long line that had formed again. For the first time, she felt a strange sense of fighting side by side. Xinxing stood on a small stool, hands on hips, like a victorious general. Proudly announced to customers, and that marked back.
Trying to take down my dad. Think again about my mom.
He hesitated.
And my future new moms. He finished.
The crowd erupted in good-natured laughter. The Zhao Tianyu matter soon faded away. Leng Ruobing seemed to have learned her lesson. She ditched the flashy CEO tactics. Now, she just quietly queued daily for a meal. Sometimes she'd lend a small hand. She spoke little, but her eyes weren't so icy anymore. I'd occasionally chat with her about the weather or Xinxing's funny stories from kindergarten. The tension eased, just as I thought our relationship was thawing. Something unexpected happened. Late one night, Xinxing woke up crying, his little face pale. He clutched his stomach, writhing in bed, vomiting and having diarrhea. I was terrified. I rushed him to the hospital. The ER was packed in the dead of night. I registered, queued, paid, all while holding my feverish son, frantic. In my panic, I inexplicably dialed Leng Ruobing's number. She answered almost instantly.
Hello?
Xiao Bao is sick. We're at City First Hospital's emergency room. The moment I finished, the line went dead. In less than 20 minutes, the rapid click of high heels approached from a distance. Leng Ruobing arrived, still in her silk pajamas, wearing a hastily thrown-on trench coat, hair disheveled. Her face was devoid of color as she rushed up to me. Seeing Xinxing on the hospital bed, hooked up to him for, drowsy and half asleep, her eyes instantly welled up. She reached out to touch her son. Her hand froze mid-air, leaving her completely at a loss. How could this happen? Should we transfer him to the best private hospital? I'll call in the top pediatric specialist for a consultation. This is the only way she knows how to show concern. Xinxing mumbled incoherently in his sleep. Wenya, Sister Wenya. My heart tightened. I had no choice but to brace myself and call Wenya again. Wenya answered and arrived quickly. She immediately dampened a towel with warm water, gently wiping Xinxing's forehead and palms, holding his little hand. She softly told him the story. Under her soothing care, Xinxing's breathing quieted. The tight frown on his brow slowly relaxed, and he fell into a deep sleep. Throughout the whole process, Leng Ruobing stood to the side, like an unnecessary outsider, watching Wenya's attentiveness and skill, then looking at her own panic and helplessness. A profound sense of powerlessness engulfed her. She can command a business empire of thousands, yet doesn't know what to do when her own son has a fever. Watching this scene, my emotions were in turmoil. I saw the genuine worry and pain in Leng Ruobing's eyes, but also saw her utter failure as a mother. Everything she's done for us, I've seen it all, but the hurt is real too. My mind is a mess. Wenya had an early shift the next day, so she left after confirming the baby was stable. Only Leng Ruobing and I remained in the ER hallway. The air smelled of disinfectant, so quiet we could hear each other breathing. We just stood there, neither speaking. After a long while, Leng Ruobing finally spoke. Her voice was terribly hoarse.
I'm sorry.
I stayed silent. She turned her head away, no longer looking at me. Instead, she gazed at the dark window at the end of the corridor.
I was raised from childhood to be the heir.
Her tone was flat. as if stating something unrelated to herself.
I wasn't allowed preferences, friends, or any emotions that might cloud judgment. Everyone told me I must be ruthless. I have to be strong. Marrying you was Grandpa's arrangement. It was to secure the company's shares. From the very start, I've always judged you with prejudice.
She took a deep breath.
Zayodianyu's instigation just made me even more convinced I was right. I don't know how to love someone. I don't even know how to be a mother. I kicked you out, thought I got rid of a nuisance. But every time I came back to that empty house, I never got to hear Xiaobao, stuttering, call me mom anymore. That's when I realized what I got rid of was my only family.
She finally turned to look at me, her eyes bloodshot, filled with tears, but she stubbornly refused to let them fall. That was the vulnerability of Lung Ruobing I'd never seen before.
Shen Lang. I didn't come here today to ask for your forgiveness. I just wanted to tell you I was wrong. Completely, utterly wrong.
This woman standing in front of me slowly overlaps with the arrogant, cold and harsh iceberg CEO in my memory, then pulls apart again. I stayed silent for a long time. I pulled a pack of tissues from my pocket, took one out, and held it out to her. Don't let our son see you like this tomorrow. He'll think you got teary from cutting onions again. Sigh. She froze, then took the tissue and lowered her head. A scalding tear fell on the back of my hand. When Xinxing woke up the next morning, he saw me and Lung Ruobing sitting by his bed, both of us were the same. Dark circles under our eyes. He blinked his big eyes.
Dad, troublemaker, why are you both here?
Lung Ruobing rarely blushed. When it was time to discharge from the hospital, she naturally reached out to hold Xinxing's hand, but Xinxing flinched on instinct and hid behind me, only a pair of alert eyes peeking out to look at her. Lung Ruobing's hand awkwardly froze midair. I squatted down, looked my son in the eye, and said seriously, Son, Dad has decided to give Ms. Ling here a chance. Xinxing tilted his head, confused. I continued, starting from today, she's our trainee mom. She needs to pass the assessment to become official. And you're the assessor. Lung Ruobing froze for a moment, then a dazzling light burst in her eyes. Like grabbing a lifeline, she nodded vigorously.
I accept.
Xinxing crossed his arms. He sized up Lung Ruobing with a serious air. He cleared his throat, putting on a leader's demeanor.
Ahem. Alright then, trainee mom number 1. Your first assessment task is this. Go home today and cook me a meal. The requirement is, it doesn't have to be delicious, but it absolutely cannot be bad. Can you do it?
A flicker of difficulty passed over Lung Ruobing's face, but she still stood at attention solemnly. Like a soldier receiving a military order, she vowed, I'll complete the task. Watching the two of them, I couldn't help but laugh. I stood up. Turning to Lung Ruobing, I said, Huh. By the way, my assessment standard has only one item. She looked at me nervously. When will you learn to be able to laugh? Not because of onions. Lung Ruobing looked at me. Then she looked at the stern-faced Xinxing. In a warm morning sunlight, her long frozen volcano seemed to finally show a sign of thawing. Her tightly pursed lips, clumsily, yet genuinely, curved upward into a small, awkward arc. It wasn't a perfect smile, but it was more vivid than any expression she'd ever worn before. I knew our story was just beginning.